Hello friends, welcome to your only channel Scala Express. In previous video, we have seen how Scala data collection works as array, list and tuple. In this video, we will see how sets and map works. Scala provides us base set traits. By the way, traits are like just interfaces in Java. So in Scala, there are traits. In Java, there are interfaces. They both are there for same purposes, both the languages. So set traits have two another subtraits with the same name called set. But these two subtraits are having property called mutability and immutability. These property we can distinguish once we see their fully qualified names. And each subset called set resides in a different packages. So this fully qualified names which we were talking earlier, it is actually their package name. So if some sets is coming out from the immutable package, that means it is an immutable set. And if some set is coming out from mutable package, that means it is a mutable set. Now we will see how to define a set. So here I'm defining var colors is equal to set. And in this set, I'm defining red and green here. So these two elements will store in this set and the reference will store in color. Scala will say Scala collection.immutable set has been defined, which will take our value type of a string, and the sets right now having value of red and green. To add new values, we will simply write this plus is equal to black. So now our set will have three values. Now we will see how to retrieve the values. In order to retrieve the values, we just need to do println if in case we wanted to write on console, and then we need to write colors and then close braces. But since we wanted to do the check whether this yellow exists in our set, which we have defined already, and our existing set is having just red, green and black, so this contains, we'll simply check whether yellow exists or not. If it doesn't exist, like in our case, it will simply give us false. Moving on, what if in case we need to define the mutable set? So in that case, we will simply explicitly define the mutable set like this, import Scala collection mutable.set, and then we will define the same. Var colors, set, red, green, and then we will do println colors. So it will have red, green and black. Red, black and green. Okay. So moving on, Scala gives us hash sets also. Sets are the classes. Now you need to import these hash sets packages as mutable and immutable as per your business needs, and then you need to define your hash sets definition. So first we are writing, as I said, we are importing Scala.collection immutable type of sets we need, and then we are defining hash set. So when we will define now hash sets and with its value apple and mango, our interpreter will create immutable types of hash set which will hold value of a string, and right now we are having two values in it called mango and apple. In order to add the third value, we will simply place plus here with banana. So right now if we print all these fruits, which is our hash set type, it will have total three values now: apple, mango and banana. Sets are being recognized for his uniqueness, so that means if we try to store duplicate value also, by default it will not consider. Now we will see how. So we are defining the same fruit hash set, and now we are defining apple, mango and banana, and then in case while printing these fruits, we will try to add again apple and then berries. So in total we have added 5 values, but in return it has just give us as outcome mango, banana, berries and apple. So 2 times apple we have added in this hash set, but it has rejected 1. It has rejected to consider 1 occurrence, and it has given us all the unique values. Now moving on, we have another collection called map. So in Scala, map is very important collection because it has key and value store nature. So every time we need to utilize map, we need to give him the key and its associated value, and in this way it will work. Now we will see little example. So first we need to write import from the mutable package. I'm writing here, and then we are defining map, and while defining the map we need to write val countries, then map, and then int type. So int will be its key type and string will be its value type. Interpreter has defined successfully collection.mutable.map and int and string, key and value, and then map In order to add values in it, we need to write countries, which we have defined earlier. Countries map plus is equal to 1. 1 will behave as a key, and then right arrow, and then the value. We can have anything. Right now I'm trying to collect all the countries' name and in a sequence way. But you can have your own sequence. It must not be in a sequential way like 1, 2, 3. You can have 100, 1000 and 1 million. Whatever you decide. How to retrieve values out of this collection map? Since we are not storing any sequence, but yes, one thing you need to remember: in order to retrieve value out of map, you need to know the key. If you know the key, you can get the value. So here we were retrieving the Italy. So what I need to pass is countries 2, because I know at 2 key value Italy has been stored. This is how you will retrieve the value. Just to print on console, I have utilized println. It is not mandatory. In above example, we have seen little imperative style of coding. In this example, we will see how we can write map in one statement only, and we can store value in same time. So now I'm defining one variable called alphabets, and in this I'm defining a map. Key value 1, value A, second key 2, second value B, and likewise I'm collecting all the alphabets in this variable. In order to print any value, any key based value out of this map, we need to understand the key first. Alphabets 4 will get us D. So since we understand theoretically so far how sets and map works, now it's time to do some hands-on. Now to do some hands-on, the first thing we require is Scala REPL, which is already on screen. And then we will write starting some set. First set we talked about, it was var colors, which will hold red and green. Then we will add one more value in it. And then we will write statement to print every value out of this set on a screen. So now it has red, green and black. Now what if we wanted to check in our defined set whether some value exists or not? So for that, since we were searching for yellow, interpreter says, sorry, I don't have yellow. Now the above example was about the immutable set. What if we wanted to define the mutable? Here we need to write one command called. Now we will try to type the same commands to define colors, to add black and to print colors. And now it has created the mutable type of set. After that, we learned how to define hash set. First, we need to import, just like the set earlier, these two values we have added here in hash set. First, we have defined val, fruits, hash set, and then we have added two values, apple and mango. It is successfully created, and now we are printing and we are adding same time banana nuts. It gives me three values, mango, banana, apple, as expected. Now, since we are good with how we can define set and how we can print elements of sets, we will see its unique nature. So for unique nature, we need to define sets one more time. Here and here we have defined apple, mango and banana in it. Now we will try adding again apple and berries. So now we have got just once apple, mango, banana and berries. So now we have learned how set works and how we can utilize its unique property. It's time to try our hands with map. So in order to define map, first we need to import the mutable type of map as we have seen in earlier content. Then I will define countries and I will define as map. For key I will keep int, for values I will keep string, and further on. Now we will see how to retrieve value from map. So to retrieve the value, we need to write countries to. I'm writing print because I would like to show you on console what countries to will serve us. It gives exactly as we have defined at 2 key value. Now this example, we have seen how we can define map and we can store value one after another in imperative style. And now it's time to see the functional way. The functional way to define map where we can store and define the same time. So to do that way, we need to write, well, alphabets, then map, and then braces. We need to write key value, comma will be a delimiter in this case, and key will be int, as we have decided the type here for key, and b will be a string, as we have decided the type here. Then we will enter, and it got defined. So here the hash map has been defined, and this has been stored 1A, 2B, 3C. So if you notice here, when we define just with map, by default, Scala gives us the hash map, which is a class implementation inside the Scala, and it's assigned all the values inside the hash map. Now, in order to retrieve value out of this map, we need to write simply alphabets 4. This 4 key value will get us D, and since I wanted to print on a screen, I'm doing println. So here we have received our outcome. So now we have covered sets, how sets work, how we can add more elements in sets, how we can retrieve elements out of sets, and how we can check if some elements exist in that sets or not. And we have seen similar operation on map. If you like the content, if you like the efforts, you can like the video. To get notification for my new videos, you can subscribe this channel. Thank you very much. Have a good day.